U.S. Navy sailors fused to the bulkhead of the USS Eldridge. Molecular teleportation went wrong during Navy stealth trials. The ship is not to be found in the U.S. Navy anymore. They've given it to the Greek Navy, and it's been renamed the Leon. It's to be found in Piraeus in Greece. U.S. Navy sailor fused to USS Eldridge during Navy stealth trials. Lara Deville, Express UK article today. The sailors became molecularly fused, in other words, one with the bulkhead of the warship during hyper-secret trials. They were trying to work out or use an invisible cloak. It's been claimed during an experiment known as the Philadelphia experiment. This was supposed to have been Tesla technology. The horrific allegations came as a result of Albert Einstein-led stealth experiments aimed at giving Allied battleship the ability to disappear. The bizarre research became known as the Philadelphia experiment and led to eyewitnesses claiming a U.S. Navy destroyer escort called USS Eldridge even matter transported from one naval yard to another naval yard. But the whole project was then considered so volatile, it was shelved and classified at a level beyond top secret. The Philadelphia experiment, sometimes called Project Rainbow, has been a major conspiracy theory for decades, but gathers new advocates every year as actual cloaking technologies advances to fulfill the Second World War claims. According to supporters of the claims, Einstein, who worked for the U.S. Navy during the war, was drafted during 1942 amid catastrophic Allied losses of ships to German U-boat submarines. Author and researcher Robert Gorman said the Navy used a variation of Albert Einstein's unified field theory, and they used it to bend light to render the ship invisible, as it was encased in this electromagnetic fog. Alfred Bielek, who claims to have been a member of the scientific team, said powerful electromagnetic fields were engineered around the Eldridge and its skeleton crew. And the whole experiment was supposed to be hyper secret, but it was seen by a merchant seaman called Carl Meredith Allen, aka Carls Allen, on the nearby ship named Liberty. Gorman said he says he saw the ship enveloped in a green, fiery fog. He says he could insert his arm into the terrific flow of this energy, and then the ship disappeared. The Eldridge then teleported and appeared in a naval dockyard in Norfolk, Virginia, before reappearing back in the Philadelphia shipyard. But the Star Trek-style teleportation had terrible consequences for the sailors who were on board. That's because the sailors, became fused and one with the vessel. Their molecules were intertwined. They were fused at a molecular level. Gorman added, the crew were molecularly attached to the ship, bonded to its metal. As it was teleported, men were driven insane, men caught fire, and terrible, horrific things happened to the crew. Bielek, who wrote The Philadelphia Experiment and Other Conspiracies, said the first thing they found was 2 sailors buried in the steel deck, dying or near dead, of course. 2 more were found standing upright in the bulkhead. Other sailors were missing or vaporized. According to the supporters of the reports, the Navy quickly shelved the experiment and forced all those involved to sign an oath of secrecy before assigning the papers a level beyond top secret, never to be declassified. The Philadelphia experiment was made into a hit film in 1984. This is the ship right here. It's the Eldridge. As we said before, This was transferred to the Greek Navy, and it's in the port of Piraeus, just south of Athens, Greece. It's renamed the Leon for lion, the same ship. Germany used the magnetic limpet mines capable of attaching themselves to the metal hull of ships as they came near. This is amazing. Scientists ran an electric current through hundreds of meters of electrical cable around the hull of a ship to see if they could make the ships invisible to underwater and surface mines. Germany used magnetic limpet mines capable of attaching themselves to the metal hull of ships as they came near. The ring of the electric cable would make the ships invisible to the magnetic properties of the mines, and indeed a similar technique was employed even by the British Navy. Scientists have taken steps further than the Eldridge, of course. This is by Sean Martin, Express UK. Scientists make teleportation breakthrough thanks to the inspiration from Star Trek. They've managed to make a breakthrough in teleportation after being inspired by the Star Trek TV series. Researchers in Germany claim to have figured out how to teleport information from one place to another using lasers. Dr. Alexander Zemeit and Dr. Marco Ornigotti from the Institute of Applied Physics at the University of Jena said while it's not yet possible to teleport solids from location to location, they have devised a way to teleport their properties using a laser beam. Using their knowledge of quantum mechanics, they've managed to teleport elementary particles, such as light particles and electrons, in a spatial delocalized state, which allows them to be in two separate places at the exact same time. Well, I don't know how that works, but they obviously do. Dr. Zemeit said, within such a system, spread across multiple locations, it's possible to transmit information from one location to another without any loss of time. It is a process known as quantum teleportation, which has been known about for some time but has yet to be demonstrated until now. And their study, published recently in Laser and Photonics Reviews, states that the duo performed quantum teleportation by encoding information in a certain polarization direction and transmitting it to another shaper of a laser beam. Dr. Zemeit added, just like it did in the starship USS Enterprise, the information is transmitted fully and instantly without any loss of time. This makes this kind of information transmission a highly interesting option in telecommunications, for instance. The pair say that many technological advances were inspired by Star Trek, such as doors that open automatically, video telephony, or flip phones, all things that we have first seen on the USS Enterprise. They say in Star Wars, the characters used a transporter, which converted a person into an energy pattern when they stood on one of the pads and were teleported using laser beams to a pad in a different location. And the 1986 fictional film The Fly, starring Jeff Goldblum, is an example of how teleportation can go wrong. Now, after he becomes as a man-fly hybrid after an insect gets stuck in his teleportation device. Well, most of us have seen that movie, so I'll leave links below for you for this. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.